All right, we had more lurid testimony today in the Sean Diddy Combs sex trafficking trial as another alleged victim testifying under the pseudonym Jane took the stand. The former girlfriend revealed marathon hotel nights, also known as freak-offs. She called them hotel nights, with Combs and other men that would last more than 24 hours. Jane is a single mom, and she claims Combs threatened to stop paying her rent if she refused to have sex with other men while he watched. But that testimony wasn't the most dramatic moment in court today. Combs managed to irritate the judge, who threatened to kick him out of his own trial. He was caught nodding vigorously at the jury, leading the judge to call his actions, quote, absolutely unacceptable, and telling his defense lawyers it cannot happen again. The defense tried its hardest today to discredit the testimony given by Brianna Bongolan, the fashion designer and friend of Combs' ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. She testified that Combs once dangled her from a Los Angeles balcony 17 stories high. The defense presented photos and other evidence indicating Combs was actually in New York at the time that Bongolan said the attack happened, hoping to undercut Bongolan's account.
The United States is having its worst year for measles spread in more than 3 decades.
And back 30 years ago, we thought we had eliminated measles in this country. Not anymore.
Not anymore. So the disease was considered eliminated from the U.S. in the year 2000. Now cases are at a 33-year high.
Run! Hide! We're all going to die. Sounds terrifying. Disease we really hadn't have to worry about for a decade is making a major comeback, and the media freakout is upon us. Let's look at the facts. It is true, the numbers are higher this year than we have seen in a while. 1,288 confirmed cases across 38 states, and Texas has more than 700 of those cases. That's where this started, with a Mennonite community that never got vaccines. The numbers seem scary, but now we're going to ask the questions that none of those other television networks will. With us now, Dr. Ashish Jha, 80 days into Trump's second term, and lately, all we have been hearing about, at least for the past 9 days or so, is tariffs. It almost makes you forget about DOGE. Remember back in the day when Elon Musk was slashing and burning his way through the federal government press conferences inside the Oval Office? Today's cabinet meeting brought Elon Musk and his team back into the spotlight as he reported back just how much money they've saved the government, how much they've saved us taxpayers. Musk has now backpedaled on many of his initial promises.
Well, I think we can do at least $2 trillion.
I think if we try for $2 trillion, we've got a good shot at getting one.
I think we will have accomplished most of the work required to reduce the deficit by $1 trillion within that time frame.
So in that time frame, 130 days.
I'm excited to announce that we anticipate savings in FY26 from reduction of waste and fraud by $150 billion.
Okay, so for those of you who don't do math in your head, 15% of his updated $1 trillion goal, 7.5% of the original promise.
I was watching Oprah, and it was all about how depressed and lonely bachelors like you are.
But I'm not depressed or lonely.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Mom says that if a man is not married by the time he's 35, he's either damaged or gay.
What? You might remember that. The man there was Ice Cube, the actor. The kid, though, might have a point. Young people seem to be more depressed and lonely than ever before. It's not just me saying that. Recent reports, the U.S. ranked 24th in the world in terms of happiness. It's the lowest ranking we've ever had. Another showed young adults are struggling to flourish, to launch, just not here, but around the world. Both reveal money may not be the answer. It's things like having a purpose, spending time with family, a sense of community. Our next guest, who was there in the video, knows all about the value of those three things. Ice Cube rose to great success despite growing up in a community that many would accurately, fairly call challenging. It's a sense of family that has helped the rap star turned movie star turned Hollywood bigwig to enjoy over 3 decades of marriage. His newest venture, Big 3, aims to redefine the game of basketball as we all know it.
As a Maha mom yourself, how do you interpret the significance of this report in terms of delivering measurable health improvements for Americans and their kids, and what specific actions does the administration plan to take in response to it?
Our friend Jillian Michaels joined the new media section at today's White House briefing and asked the question ahead of the release of the Make America Healthy Again report. Her thoughts in just a minute. She's actually sitting next to us. The MAHA crew, spearheaded by Robert F. Kennedy Jr., dropped their 69-page report, honing in on the chronic diseases popping up in America's children and their causes. It is not looking good. The report focused on 4 issues: the shift to more ultra-processed foods, an increase in exposure to environmental chemicals, lack of exercise and chronic stress, fact check true, and over-medicalization. I guess that means being prescribed too many meds. When we dived into the report, the findings showed problems. Overall, chronic disease in America's children have grown, with teenage depression rates doubling from 2009 to 2019. Cancer rose 40% in children since 1975. And in 2023, 3 million high school students considered suicide. More than 1 in 5 children over age 6 are considered obese, and autism affects 1 in 31 children by age 8. That is a lot. None of it is good news. So think about how to solve those. Most of the time, kids are given a pill. Antidepressant prescriptions were up 1,400% from 1987 to 2014 for children. I knew no kids in my class who were taking antidepressants. Now everybody does. 1993 to 2009, antipsychotic medications increased 800%. ADHD prescriptions were up 250% from 2006 to 2016. A bunch of kids like Adderall. And asthma drug prescriptions increased 30% from 1999 to 2008. MAHA's wish for a healthy America is unquestionably a noble crusade. You might say, considering how much we spend in America on health care, we cannot afford to do it. Then again, we may not be able to afford to do it. Host of the podcast Keeping It Real, leading fitness expert Jillian Michaels, is here.
A recent survey from the American Psychological Association found that 83% of Americans think the holidays are a sacred time to put all political differences aside. In fact, 72% hope that they can just avoid political conversations altogether, and 38% plan to stay away from those who they simply can't agree with.
And what is so stunning, and has been since these fires started, is how often we're watching these homes burn, like this one, and firefighters are nowhere to be seen because there are simply too many fires. There is not enough water. Brian Enton has been telling us that fire trucks are lining up at maybe 1 or 2 hydrants to try and refill before heading back to the fire lines. And what is perhaps most striking to us is those who have lost everything, in their own words.
It is like driving through hell itself down here. Literally through hell.
I tried to stay and save it, but I couldn't.
You can see just how strong. Wait, oh, whoa, and you heard that explosion there.
All right, dude. So, yeah, let's get out of here. We tried.
This is devastation. I have 2 friends that live up there. We go surfing and it's gone.
This is my pride and joy, my home.
You worked so hard and
I worked very hard to keep this home.
As soon as I opened my door, it was like right there.
You gonna be okay? Hi? You gonna be okay?